And let me ask you, okay, we're going to get into this. I've heard multiple rumors. You can free the air, say whatever you want in this moment, because a lot of fans do want to know. There have been multiple rumors about the downfall of the House of Edwards and you guys not discussing or talking. So there's been rumors about each of you had an ego and you guys wanted your own star power. There's the rumor that you didn't do Dancing Queen, and that's the reason why Alyssa and you guys were not the House of Edwards anymore. What was the reason why there's no more House of Edwards? Is there something that is actually so big behind it, or is it literally just like a girl group that just did its course?
Well, let me say this, and these are words from my mother's mouth, honey. The House of Edwards has never fallen. It is still up and running, baby. Go and check the studio. Go and check the lovely mansion that Alyssa lives in. There is no fall of the House of Edwards. It may not be what people once know, but at the end of the day, the House of Edwards is very much alive and thriving, and I am thrilled for Alyssa with all of my heart. I love her so much. And, yes, there was a split in our friendship and we are not as close at all as we once were, but the love in our hearts for one another is very much there. And I think at the end of the day, that's really what matters. There's always going to be moments in life where chapters close, and sometimes characters from those chapters don't continue on into the next one. But that doesn't mean that 3-4 chapters later, those characters won't appear again. And I have hope for that one day, but I also appreciate the distance and the time we have given one another to explore our own artwork and to explore our own identities. I think, was egos involved? Of course. It's 3 motherfucking drag queens. Excuse my language. I'll have to bleep that, but it's 3 drag queens. Yes, there was egos. Yes, there was that girl group mentality where who's the Beyonce and, but at the end of the day, I really feel what happened truly is that we all became successful in our own right and that we all continued to do our own thing. And I don't think that that's a fall or a break. I just think that that's a natural transition. Not everything in life is going to be a perfect prepackaged thing. I mean, look at Gia and I and Team Too Much. We've had our ups and downs too. So, I think, like I said, at the end of the day, what's really important here, though, is we love each other. We care about each other. I celebrate their successes as I know they celebrate mine. And even if we don't call each other and tell each other that or follow each other or whatever the, hub may be, I know the love's there and they know the love's there too. And I think that's really all that matters. And that's why we don't make a big deal of it or do some big, expose thing on it, because there's nothing really to expose. Friendships fell apart. People grew apart. We moved in different directions, and that's okay. That's called life. And so that's it. I think the House of Edwards, like I said, is still very much on and thriving. I know Alyssa is working every day to keep that studio beyond belief kicking. We're all doing so amazing in our own right. And I think that's a true success story, And one day when someone has a lot of money, they'll put us back together and we'll be there, So if the kids want it, honey, they'll make it happen. It's that simple.
And I think that what you said there about you girls always giving each other the props, always loving each other. When I interviewed Alyssa a few months ago, and when she talked about the House of Edwards, she like lit up. She was happy. She had only good things to say about you, only good things to say about Shangela. It was just like, like you said, friendships can fall apart, and it's all a part of life. And just like you said with, your Team Too Much and Gia, like you may have your ups, you may have your downs. That door is always open. At the end of the day, there's always another chapter. If you want to come back in, you come back in, knock, and you have a shoulder to cry on,
And for me, when I love someone, it's really hard. I think you'd have to like kill my mother. I just, when I love someone, I love them no matter what's the ups or downs or the disagreements or the this or the that. It doesn't matter to me. I love them. I mean, so many lessons were taught to me by Justin Johnson. I mean, every time I see a homeless person now, I think of him, and not to be shady because they're homeless and I'm thinking of him, but because he taught me to give them $1. You always have $1 from your drag in your purse. You better give that to them always. And so it's those little moments of kindness that she taught me. And it's so funny because, you know, she's such a tough teacher, but she's a real big sweetheart at the end of the day. And I'm just grateful. I think the House of Edwards changed my career. It helped people see who I really was by having these two loved and adored queens have my back. It changed people's perspective. I know without their help and graciousness, I would not be here. You know, I learned how to speak on a mic by watching the two of them every night, kiki back and forth. I mean, you could ask them in the beginning. I was terrified to talk on the mic. If one of them had to change and I had to stall, oh no, ma'am, I was not that doll. I wanted to dance, look pretty, model, and that was it. But, you know, because of them, I learned how to own my personality, to be comfortable in my own skin. And I don't know, I'm just so grateful, and I love them both so much. And I think that's all that people need to know, you know, regardless of what status is or that. I just love them.